We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Here's Joshua Carney ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Right to the air is Rush. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10. Play fake. Here's Rush. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. They go play action with Rush. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
A short one there taken in by Ferguson. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing here, Rush. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So on 4th down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And his kick is indeed good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosive.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it looks like the defense has got it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Now Rush. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. A running play. It's Gaudin. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Rush, he's going to change it up. 2nd and 4. Touchdown, Cowboys! Jake Ferguson from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First run now. And he caught it up. And one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Rush. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. They'll try to bootleg with Rush. Flushed out right. Going right back to Ferguson. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Back to throw, Rush. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. CeeDee Lamb from 4 yards out. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that makes our score 17-0. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action. Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Rams.
A first carry now. This is Williams. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. From the 50, it's Stafford. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 3rd and 19. Now Stafford. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Here's Rush to throw. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Brandon Cooks, 34 yards. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead. So what a start. It's not often you even get 3 possessions in a first quarter, but he now has 3 touchdown passes. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. He'll get this to about the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. To throw is Rush. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Pass complete to Tolbert on the crossing route. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rush. Open man, the tight end, Luke Schoonmaker. Down the right sideline. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Luke Schoonmaker, 68 yards. And the Cowboys have opened the lead up to 30. So the numbers are starting to pile up here early on. We have yet to reach halftime, yet that is already now 4 touchdown passes. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Now a hit and a loose football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Rush. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw. Rush. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. On the run, it's Gaudin. He'll get this down to the 38.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. They run again with Gaudin. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Stafford. It's caught on him, and he loses the football a 2nd time. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. Open man right side is cut, complete. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They run here with Gaudin. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He gets 7 out of it, and he also gets a 1st.
That's good for a Cowboy.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. They give the tackle to Quentin Lake.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. Shedding the tackle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That's another Cowboy.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Now 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal.
That's another Cowboys.
Elliott is in. Touchdown, Dallas. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is going to be brought back for a final return touchdown by the Cowboys. Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown, better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Williams. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Rush. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And I feel a little bit like a traitor as a former defender because that big man did not want to go down and refused to go down. If you're a defender and you don't get the right angle on a big tight end like him, he can run right through you like you're not even there, and he did a lot of that on that play.
And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Rush.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. He's across midfield. Still going. Touchdown, L.A. Puka Nacua, 73 yards. And the Rams are able to at least get one score back. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point right down the middle. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. And now here come the Cowboys. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Right back to Tolbert. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Here now, 2nd and 4. A final shot before break. Rush. Tolbert hauls in the out route. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the third quarter. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot. Pretty unlikely, but you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. But just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter, I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
And that's another throw that could have been intercepted. Part of this, you credit the defense. They've been really stingy. But he's also made some really questionable throws, and that's another one right there.
Here's Stafford. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Just more frustration here offensively, and you can see it in their play and now in their body language. You know they were hoping to put a drive together to begin this third quarter, but it's just not clicking right now. And it's going to be a quick call to the punt team.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half.
Out of the shotgun, rush.
And this is incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Here's 2nd and 10. Rush working from the gun.
Give him 18 on that one, and it's a Dallas first down.
The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
Now rush. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Sheds him off at the 45. They find some open field here.
90 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
What we saw there, that's what we know that he can do. He can break tackles and turn them into big runs, and that's what he did.
And what is the buzz phrase nowadays in football for a guy like that? Contact balance. The ability to go through trash, come out the other side, avoid and run through contact, and keep your balance.
And now a fumble. The ball's out.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Again, it's Williams. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here comes the Rams punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and that will come the offense as they take over. They'll start the drive with Elliott. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 25, here's a 2nd and 9.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And remember, this is a running back that fumbled on the previous drive, but fortunately for them, nothing came of it. And I think when that happens, sometimes coaches can lean a little more on forgive and forget. So he's right back out there and running again.
Throwing here, Rush. Hard throw, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And that one to the right side and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, good move. 31 yards on the punt there.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Dallas offense set for this next drive. We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the 4th, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result, this is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Again, it's Elliott. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he went nowhere. Well, it went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
So from the 37, here's second down and 2.
Now it's Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Rams on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing is Stafford. Now that'll be caught by Cup. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
Stafford looks to throw again. He'll get this one to Cup, complete. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Back to throw, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And that one came close to hitting the big scoreboard up there as the fair catch is made inside the 20-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
3rd and 2.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
104 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.